Hey Cinephiles, welcome to another edition of Instant Trailer Review. I'm JS.
I'm Jeff.
And today we have the second trailer for The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug. So, let's get this started.
And action.
Here we go. Oh yes, appropriate audiences only. Let's get that out of the way. Okay, so what we are actually starting with is where the first trailer left off, if you remember. It was Bilbo entering Smaug's lair.
And then Smaug kind of creeps his way around the wall of all the treasure around him.
Exactly, yeah, and we got
gives
that
him the good old eye.
We got that first good look. And here we have Bilbo, played by Martin Freeman, of course, in this Scrooge McDuck type of vault full of gold and everything. And he's essentially trying to sweet-talk a dragon.
Pretty much. He calls him the stupendous.
Yeah. He wants to get on his good side, which, of course, you would. And so here we...
More walking.
Yeah.
The trademark of the entire Lord of the Rings series.
Clerks 2. Okay, so here we have Lee Pace, and he plays the Elven King. And so this is one of the big parts of this section of the book is going to be the dwarves and their encounter with the elves. And if you remember from the Lord of the Rings films, they never saw quite eye to eye, literally and figuratively. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting and fun interaction.
Also, one thing you look at this, the visuals are looking a little bit better this time. Obviously, it's been a few months since the first trailer, so obviously the graphics are going to be much better this time, and hopefully will be dramatically improved for the film. But the one thing is because they're still going to doing this one in 48 frames per second.
Right.
And if you remember the first film, it didn't quite work with the 48 frames and the 3D together. It looked very, very shaky and jumpy and kind of faded. It didn't really have realism to it.
I actually preferred it for the CGI scenes.
Really?
Yeah. For example, the trolls. Remember that sequence when they were? I just thought the high frame rate worked so well on those characters.
But what about the action scenes when the wizard, brown wizard, started going, like, was on his sleigh?
Oh yeah,
going crazy.
That part just looked goofy.
It did.
Yeah.
So that's again with this one 48 frames. The trailer looks nice because a lot of the frames are very, very slow, a lot of scenic, just kind of zooming in and slowly panning. So it looks great. But the biggest fear always is going to be the action scenes and how the 48 frames is going to work for that. So,
yeah.
But as of right now, this looks top quality.
Yeah, it does. It looks pretty good. But I will say, The Hobbit, for whatever reason, the CGI is so much more apparent than it ever was in The Lord of the Rings for me. I don't know why. I think The Lord of the Rings had a lot more of a balance between practical.
Well, yeah, because a lot of the villains were actually just guys in great costumes.
Sure,
now it's all CGI, which...
Yeah, I mean, even this sequence where they're running along the tree branches looks like something out of Tarzan. But it's
or Indiana Jones 4.
And yeah, we're seeing a lot of similar scenes from the first Hobbit trailer, but there is some new stuff.
We have, obviously, Orlando Blue Eyes Legoland back, which... From what I understand, he was not originally in the book.
Yeah, he's not in the book. He probably would have been around, technically, because elves live a really long time. And so, yeah, why not throw him in? Because the fans love him.
Yeah, well, obviously. If you look at all the trailer reactions on YouTube, it's all young girls getting crazy to see Legolas. So.
And here we have Evangeline Lilly, who is going to be playing a romantic interest, which is, I have to say, is probably ill-fated to begin with, because she's not in any of the Lord of the Rings movies, so we kind of...
And she has a little moment with our supposed villain. Don't give hope. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when it's the vistas, when it's those scenic moments, I mean, that's when this series always excels.
Obviously, it's practically a tour guide of New Zealand.
Yeah.
And
let's not pass over Luke Evans here as Bard the Bowman. He's going to be one of the main characters for these last two films, especially.
Coming off fresh of Fast and the Furious 6.
Yeah. Oh.
And Peter Jackson's favorite, spiders.
Yep.
More monsters.
This is an interesting sequence.
And that looks like those actually are guys in costumes with a fake background. So, which would be interesting. And of course we have Gandalf coming back, which is great.
Yeah.
Of course.
And he's absent for a lot of this part of the book. And so, yeah.
Also in the trailer, you don't see a lot of him. He comes in for this one little bit. You're going to see him again in a few seconds where he has a little bit with Bilbo. but he's really not a focus in this trailer at all, as opposed to last year where you see him swinging swords and killing trolls and obviously introducing Bilbo to the rest of the hobbits. Yeah, this one he seems like he's taking a real second, taking a step back, which is funny because in Two Towers for the longest time he was not in the beginning of the film, and then he comes back as Gandalf the White.
That's a good point, and he tends to do that. Actually, he wanders off, and he is kind of like the Deus Ex Machina for the series.
Right,
he comes in at the precise moment when they need saving.
With the Troll King, he comes in, just kind of saves everybody.
But yeah, it's going to be following the first trilogy, actually, because you know how they separated, how the Fellowship split up, and then it was like going back and forth? I think we're going to get some of that. Even though the book just follows Bilbo, it never really goes off with Gandalf, but I think we're going to be exploring what he's up to, including some of the necromancer stuff that Jackson pulled in from the appendices, actually. But yeah, I wonder where this is coming in. I want to think this is towards the end of the Desolation of Smaug, right before we get into the Battle of the Five Armies.
Well, right, because Return of the King was a 4-hour-long war scene, so they're getting ready for the third one. And then, of course, the Ring.
Yeah. This is a nice moment because it calls back to the Fellowship of the Ring when we have an older Bilbo who's not quite ready to give it up. And Martin Freeman, he's just such an excellent actor for this role.
Absolutely. A little humor in there. Oh, more spiders. And more running away from monsters.
Yeah, let's look at this. This must be Bjorn. He's a shape-shifting guy who can become a bear.
A man-bear pig.
Yeah.
It's man-bear pig.
And so, yeah, we got a little glimpse of him in the first trailer, too.
Right.
The barrel sequence. Okay, so this has got to be the fight with the dragon here. I mean, we see the town getting lit on fire. We don't see the dragon in action.
Of course, they're holding that to the end of the trailer to really get a good look, but the flames are burning.
Yeah, there's only one place that fire is coming from, and we're about to find out where.
But it looks like Thorin and Bilbo will still be at odds.
Absolutely.
Bilbo still needs their life, but he's got a grudge, I guess. And
Balin, who's like the father figure of the dwarves, and he's played by Ken Stott, I believe. And I just really love.
What's interesting though is about he's almost like the second mentor when Gandalf's not around. Gandalf is himself, more. I guess you could say the mentor towards Frodo, but now we have sort of Bilbo's mentor. So Bilbo has like two different mentors. So when Gandalf's off doing his shindig. Yeah, he fills in there.
Absolutely. He's certainly in his corner because there are a lot of confrontations with Thorin. Okay, now let's just, here we go. That, of course, is the voice of Benedict Cumberbatch.
Khan. Oh, spoiler alert. Sorry.
And so, yeah, he's, apparently he does the voice for Smaug and also plays the Necromancer, who we might see a little more of.
Okay.
Yeah, he's actually has 2 credits to this film.
At least he's got a sense of humor.
Yeah. And so there we go, folks. It's The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug, I should say. And look, there's all the different formats you can see it in come December 13th. Thoughts on the second trailer? How did it compare with the first?
The visuals are looking so much better. You also are getting a lot more, you can definitely see a lot more conflict among the characters. The first one obviously was definitely more just kind of setting you up saying, oh, we're getting ready to see Smaug, and obviously just kind of reviewing from the previous film because so people catch up because it's going to be about a year.
Yeah.
But this one, they're setting up the stage for a lot of internal conflict between the group, between the hobbits, and obviously the elves. So, and they're setting up saying, with villains saying, don't give them hope, but obviously they want you to get ready for Smaug.
Yeah, it's gonna be big. It's gonna be epic. And I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna see it probably in the high frame rate.
Absolutely. No, I saw the first one actually in high frame rate at the Gauman's Chinese Theater.
Oh, nice.
And I'm gonna do it again.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you have to see this in IMAX 3D. If you're not. I don't think you're getting the experience. So
yeah, December 13th, it's a little over 2 months away. And yeah, I also agree that this is a better trailer than the first one.
Absolutely.
And as a diehard Hobbit fan, I can't wait.
Absolutely.
So thanks for joining us for another Instant Trailer Review. I'm JS.
I'm Jeff.